Your first card is a Two of Cups reversed. There's a lack of union, a separation here. It's definitely referring to a relationship. This is the Justice card. And this is associated with not only a sword. You have a sword here which represents air, which is your element. Usually this is associated with Libra because you have the scales here. But this sword is also representative of you as well. I have a Ten of Cups reversed. And I apologize for the dogs barking if you can hear them. So your Two of Cups and Ten of Cups are reversed here. This is a little problematic because Two of Cups is about commitment, union, marriage even. And so when I look at this Ten of Cups in reverse, this is definitely relationship issues. This is about maybe a marriage that is in trouble, a relationship that's in trouble for sure with this Two of Cups. We have a Seven of Pentacles reversed. This is a Six of Swords reversed, and remember, swords are your energy, they represent air, and this is at the center of your spread. This is a Five of Wands reversed. I have a Nine of Pentacles. I have a Four of Swords. Interesting, this interpretation. Usually Four of Swords, there's a man sleeping, resting. But I think it's interesting that with this Four Swords, it looks like the woman here has wands in her hand as well. Okay. And she's behind a wall. The swords are down. She's only picking up one sword here. So I think the interpretation here is pretty interesting because usually Four of Swords is a card of retreat, pulling back. And this woman seems to be hiding behind a wall. So I will get back to that interpretation later. I think it's very, very intriguing for your reading. And then I have this Strength card in reverse. You see this woman who has tamed the lion, who's tamed the ego. There could be someone with a fire sign who's very relevant to this situation here. So when this is in reverse, there are things that we have not been able to deal with completely. There are things that we have not gotten under control. We have definitely not tamed the beast. That beast could be the actions or out of control behavior of a particular person. Okay. I will pull the outcome card after the main reading. All right. I'm looking at your major arcana. We go from Justice. There are only two major arcana. We're looking at Justice, and then we go to Strength reverse. Justice is about fairness. This is card number 11 in the major arcana as well. And so the Strength card's in reverse. That in your near future, whatever this fairness and justice and stability that you're looking for, Gemini, it looks as if things will not be, you will not get a grip on the situation, or the situation will not be under control for a little while longer. Okay, when I look at strength in this tarot reading, I'm looking at as strength as being able to conquer a situation and get it under control for you. And so what the tarot seems to be saying is that things will still be out of control, even though you might want to get them under control. But it also seems to correspond to this Six of Swords I'm seeing here in the middle. The Six of Swords is about healing, and swords are your energy. This is about, it could mean actual travel that's been denied, that's delayed, but it's also about emotional healing and leaving a painful psychological situation, a situation that is so painful, emotionally you're getting away from it. Okay? And note how this person is using a wand to get to a new destination, to get away. Okay? They've been, and also take note that the swords are in the boat. They have the potential to create a hole in the boat where the boat would sink. And so what this says to me is, looking at it in the upright position, you've gone through a lot of emotional pain. You've got these swords in your boat that potentially could hurt you. They could create a leak in the boat emotionally. And so you are traveling over your emotions. And it could be actual travel over water, but I kind of see this as emotionally trying to get away. And maybe because this is reversed, it means that this is an issue about you getting away from a very painful emotional situation. And so it's interesting the way the symbolism of the swords are working here, because we have a sword here for justice and fairness. Then we get to a Six of Swords reversed, to where there's no justice or fairness yet. And then we go to a Four of Swords, to where there's a hiding, going away, taking a rest or a break. There is a break here. Maybe a break between you and someone else, as I'm seeing here with this Two of Cups and Ten of Cups reversed. Okay. So that's your center card. And I've looked at this energy here. So going back to this first row, this is what I'm seeing here going on with the Two of Cups and Ten of Cups. When this Two of Cups and Ten of Cups are both upright in a spread, you are looking at a clear soulmate connection here. Okay? So when this is reversed, this sort of indicates a lot of issues with the relationship. That maybe there is no soulmate connection. Maybe there, like I said, my interpretation is that there's a marriage in trouble here. Okay? Two very unhappy people. You see that both these cards have two people in unity, in harmony, who are committed and in love with each other. This is sort of like the hand fasting. A marriage in Wiccan tradition is called a hand fasting, where in the ceremony to marry two people, it's about holding hands. That's why it's called a hand fasting, joining together in the union. So you're looking at a marriage here, and you're looking at a wedding, a commitment, and then this Ten of Cups is basically the happiness of that commitment in marriage, a happy family, a happy home. So when this is in reverse, yes, it's definitely giving a clear message that this relationship, there's no commitment in this relationship. Even though this Justice card, it could also indicate legal issues. It could even represent a divorce that's going on here. So definitely this could literally mean a marriage that's going through a divorce, or certain issues about fairness that are also going on that are breaking up a relationship. So when I get here to how this turns out, the influence that I'm seeing here on the present from this broken relationship, this Seven of Pentacles, which I've explained before, this is about having an emotional attachment to an outcome. You see, this man is waiting for things to bear fruit, and he also has a wand in his hand. Okay, and it's also interesting, you have this little beam of light on one of the pentacles. There's a hope. Light can also mean hope. It's about positivity, the potential for happiness. And having your desires and needs attached to waiting for these pentacles on the tree to bear fruit. So when this is in reverse, it can mean having all of your hopes and dreams wrapped up in the future, but they are not turning out the way you planned. 7 is the number for revisions, rethinking, revising, changing as needed, to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, I need to do something different. But when this 7 is reversed, it can mean the same mistakes are being made. That's one interpretation. But it can also mean an emotional attachment, or your desires, as signified by this wand, which is fire, your desires and wants being attached to this outcome with the 7 pentacles. And things are not planning out the way you had hoped. So remember the swords, the interpretation of the swords. This is about not moving. So when I see the 7 reversed with the 6 of swords, which is about change and moving and traveling, I'm getting this impression that either you're stuck or the situation is stuck. So that brings us to this 5 of Wands. And this is a very intense card, because you actually have a knight here in the background who's fighting the dragons. Okay? This is a struggle. It's not necessarily a full-on fight, but it does mean a struggle for happiness, a struggle to get what you want. And I think, once again, it's interesting, you have wands in each of this oar that the person is paddling with. It also functions as a wand in the Rider-Waite. So I think it's interesting, Gemini. You have this fire energy, this wand. You have the wands in 7 of Pentacles that's reversed. You have a wand in the 6 of Swords that's reversed. But here we're taking up the wand to address a struggle. Wands are not as intense as swords are. If this man had a sword, like 5 of Swords, then we'd have a real fight on our hands. But this wand seems to indicate a struggle that you're going through right now. So when we get to this future, it's interesting. Why did this 9 of Pentacles show up? This is the card of happiness. But what follows is a 4 of Swords where we're retreating, and then we have this lack of strength here. So when I look at this, I'm looking at a potential for happiness and prosperity, a way to be happy out of all of this mess. And maybe there's a relationship where the first one interpretation that's coming to me is a struggle with a divorce. That's also financially troubling, but it's also emotionally draining for you. And even though these 7 of Pentacles are reversed, now we get to a 9 of Pentacles that's upright. And maybe whatever issues financially or legally that you're dealing with in this relationship, this Nine of Pentacles is saying that there is some type of happiness or recuperation coming. But whatever's going on with this happiness and newfound, whatever this good news or this new situation is with this Nine of Pentacles, it's going to involve you pulling back. And also there seems to be, when we have Strength in reverse, it means that maybe this happiness and prosperity is something that you're going to need time to work through. Because I'm seeing this Six of Swords reverse, Four of Swords in Strength, and this Five of Wands. This is indicating a struggle that will be ongoing. Even in the midst of finding some stability and happiness, there will still be some struggle. You will get back on your feet, and maybe this person where the relationship is failing here, that's what I'm seeing here, you're going to be able to get back on your feet. I don't think it's a good thing to be stuck. But I kind of see this when we go from a Six of Swords reverse to a Four of Swords, Gemini. I see that as the tarot saying that, thinking through things, thinking through this problem with the broken relationship and the legal issues or the fairness issues. This Nine of Swords means a new chance for happiness and prosperity that may not, this is like after the relationship. I'm kind of seeing a relationship come to an end. But in the future, you will have a new chance at happiness and prosperity. But there's still some business to be taken care of emotionally, where you will still need to struggle to find some clarity and happiness. And when the Strength card is reversed with this Nine of Pentacles, we have happiness here, but we're not operating at full strength. I think what the tarot is saying is that, Gemini, situation will get better, but you will still need to do a little bit of struggling to finally find the light at the end of the tunnel. And maybe I should actually go ahead and shuffle for your outcome card so that I can see how all this is turning out. Let me do that. Okay. Okay, so your outcome card, a Three of Pentacles. And that's a pretty good card to have as an outcome. And it kind of reaffirms what I'm thinking about you working through this struggle. This Nine of Pentacles here, you're coming out with Three Pentacles. You are dealing with a loss here with the Seven of Pentacles reversed. And then it seems like you're getting Nine Pentacles. And then there's a retreat or a lack of strength here, but you're going to have Three Pentacles here. But also, Three of Pentacles is an indication of finding a true purpose. It's also a card of honor. It also means people collaborating. But the interpretation for this card, you see a man who is finding a purpose. He's a philosopher. He's a thinker. He's using his gifts here. Okay. And I think that what this means for you, Gemini, because this is sort of in line, you are a thinker. You're someone, just like all air signs, you can be very intellectual and think a lot in your head. And so you see this young man thinking through a problem, meditating on this problem, using his gifts to find a solution. It's also a card of inspiration as well. So I think these pentacles represent your happiness and stability in light of the fact that you have a very difficult situation in a relationship, perhaps. And through all the struggles, you will find balance. You will find happiness. And 3 is one of those numbers. It's considered one of those perfect numbers, the Holy Trinity. When things come in threes, 3 is that number where it's a number of perfection, actually. And air signs are notorious for being perfectionists, as well as earth signs as well. The way we approach perfection, air signs versus pentacles, is that we are a little bit idealistic, where people with earth energy like Capricorns, Virgos, or Tauruses, they're more practical. But for us air signs such as Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, we tend to think through perfection or solving problems. We tend to think a lot more. We kind of take the long way around to solving problems, where pentacles, the earth signs, are more practical and take the short route. That's not necessarily a bad thing. They just cut to the chase. So maybe a little bit of this Pentacles energy is coming to rescue you with this Swords energy, 6 of Swords reversed and 4 Swords. Okay. So that is your reading, Gemini, and I hope you've had a wonderful summer. Thank you once again for all of your support, your donations, your comments. And if you're interested in getting a reading, make sure you check the description. And also look at my video. I put a card up to where you can check out what my services are and what I offer. So I will see you on YouTube. I wish you love and light, and I hope to talk to you soon.